Hi everyone, today I'm giving you a tour of my plant room. So this one is a Ficus alii, and this is different to other ficus because it has kind of elongated leaves, and I think it's quite a nice plant. I didn't actually see this one around too much until recently, but it does seem to be popping up a lot more now, and I'd say it's pretty easy to care for. As with most ficus, they don't like to be moved around too much. They will start dropping those leaves if you move them around too much, but other than that they're pretty easy to care for. And this is another ficus. This is a weeping fig, the variegated one, and I'm actually considering taking the stake off this one and having it as a trailing plant because I think it would look quite nice like that. But again, this one's pretty easy so long as you don't move it around. Mine did have a little bit of a spider mite problem last year, but it seems to have come through and it's doing okay. But this one's just quite a nice kind of twist on the usual weeping fig with that lovely variegation, and the variegation seems quite stable. I've put mine in different conditions and it keeps its variegation. And then this is my Philodendron silver sword. I think I've had this one about a year now. Actually, it's probably over a year, but it's grown quite a bit, and yeah, it's a really nice plant. Mine doesn't seem to be putting out very mature leaves, and I'm not sure why, but I still love it, and it's got that lovely kind of silvery colour to it, which I love. And then over here, next to it, I have my syngonium mojito. This one also had a few troubles during winter, so it does have a little bit of imperfection here and there, but it seems to have come through okay, and it remains one of my favourite plants for sure. I did actually take some propagations from this one as well, so it's been chopped back a bit, but I'm just making myself some kind of backup plants just in case this one doesn't make it, but seems to be doing okay. And then over here we have a Pachira aquatica, also known as the money tree. I really like this one. Mine's quite small at the moment, but I'd say this is quite a hardy plant. I got this one last year, and yeah, it's really easy to care for, very low maintenance, and yeah, it's just one of those plants that if you're not very good with plants, or you're a beginner, or you're unsure, or even if you're not, it's one of those really good plants that just, yeah, basically it doesn't cause any trouble whatsoever. And yeah, it's a really sturdy, adaptable plant. And then this is my Philodendron Prince of Orange over here. Absolutely love this one. It's a really colourful plant. Starts out with these lovely orange colour leaves, and then they fade out to a kind of a more green colour. Really nice plant. And then over here I have my epipremnum pernatum Cebu Blue, and I did actually just give this one a pole extension, so it's kind of adapting to it. And yeah, it's got a little bit more room to climb now. This one does come out with these lovely fenestrations as the leaves mature, which I really enjoy. And yeah, I just love the colour of this plant. It's got those lovely blue colours. And then coming over here to my plant shelf, we have my little Philodendron not silver sword, it is the white wizard. And I only just got this one. It seems to be doing okay. So looking forward to seeing that one grow this year. Really cute little pot for this one as well. And then just next to it we also have a pink syngonium. I got this one last year and it seems to be growing really well. Looking forward to watching this one grow and do its thing this year. Next to it here, I have a string of pearls. I absolutely love this one. I've been wanting one of these for a while and I'm loving having this one in my collection. So far, it seems very easy to care for. And then over here, another trailing plant that I absolutely love, one of my favourite trailing plants, is the string of hearts. Quite a fast grower, this one, I would say. I got this one last year and it's growing really long. I think mine's touching the floor now, so I could either move it up to the top shelf or I may do a little bit of chopping because it is getting quite long. Maybe do some propagations or something, but yeah, I love this one. It's super easy to care for too. And I would highly recommend it to anyone, really. And then over here next to it, you will see this long leaf philodendron. This is a Philodendron epipremnum, and I haven't had this one too long. It's still quite small, as you can see, but I just really enjoy the leaves on this one. And then at the back there, you can see a Dracaena fernwood, which is a type of snake plant with kind of fingery shaped leaves. And then over here I have a Philodendron bilietiae. This one had a few troubles, so it's down to only a few leaves, and yeah, it's just recovering, so I think it's going to be okay. Then over here I have a Scindapsus exotica. Trying to get this one to grow a bit more, so I've kind of got it under a fairly gentle grow light, but with its leaves not too close. And then over here, this is peperomia hope. You can see it's really waking up for spring at the moment. Really excited to see this one grow. A lovely little tradescantia here. I love the pink and the purpley tones on this one. Quite a fast grower too. And a nice pop of colour in the collection. If you like tradescantia, this one's definitely one to get. And then over here, this is a Monstera adansonii mint. This is a cutting that I've been growing for probably well over 6 months, and it's really starting to grow now we're in spring. And then up here we have Fermatophyllum sprucianum. And again, this is a fairly new plant to my collection. It hasn't actually grown any new leaves for me yet. It is showing signs of growing some, so hopefully soon we'll get a few new ones, but I just love this one. It's a really fun plant. And next to it, I have a Ripsalis. This is another plant that I've recently propagated, and it does seem to respond quite well to being propagated. I'm seeing kind of new tendrils growing from it. But this is definitely one of my favourite plants that I've bought so far this year for sure. I really like this one. It's a jungle cactus, so yeah, it's a really cool plant. If you're thinking getting one, I would highly recommend it. They're really easy to care for as well. And then this is a tradescantia quadricolor. It has lots of different colours in it. It's a very full bushy plant. It looks really nice hanging. And yeah, pretty fast grower too, I'd say, this one. It's a really nice tradescantia. I think it's nice to have all those different kind of colours coming through. Then over here I have my epipremnum aureum neon. A lot of people also call this the neon pothos, but I just love the colours of this one. It's a really cool green, almost yellow, I suppose, hence its name, neon. And it grows really fast for me, at least. I know it doesn't for everyone. Over here, I probably shouldn't have this one right next to it because they've got similar colour leaves. I should probably move them around a bit, but this is my Philodendron painted lady. And yeah, I haven't had this one for long either, but I'm really loving it. And then over here, this is a variegated umbrella plant, a cutting that I saved from root rot last year. Luckily, it successfully rooted, so it's still a fairly small plant, but it's doing quite well and growing nicely, which I'm really pleased about because I really do like this variegation. And then over here I have another little tradescantia. It's kind of got fluffy leaves. This one isn't growing quite as fast as my others. Hopefully it will take off a little more this spring. It did have quite a bit of yellowing, but it seems to have recovered now. And then here we have my Philodendron Jose Bruno. And the leaves kind of come out with white on them, as you can see, like this. And then the neat thing about this is it eventually fades out into kind of a light minty green colour, which I think is really cool. So it's a really interesting plant to grow because you get to see the white variegation and then you get to watch it kind of fade out into this lovely green colours. And next to it I have a Marble Queen Pothos, and yeah, I did take a few chops off this one, so it's just sat here recovering and waiting to grow back from that. And then over here I have another Philodendron Bilietiae. I really do love this plant. It's one of my favourites at the moment for sure. And then this is a Syngonium albo. I think this one needs a repot because it seems to have slowed down on growth. And it's still getting plenty of light and everything, so I'm going to need to go and get the right sized pot because I seem to have every sized pot but the one I need for this plant. So yeah, I'm going to have to give it a repot just in case that's why it's not growing so much at the moment. Other than that though, it seems pretty healthy, but maybe it just needs a little bit more room. And then another one of my umbrella plants, I do have a few of these because I just love this one. This one is variegated as well. And then over here next to it is a Philodendron Florida Green, one of my all-time favourites at the moment. I just absolutely love this one. It's growing really nicely. It's got a lovely new leaf coming out. I love watching the new leaves come out. They come out all twisty and then they kind of unfurl, which is cool. And then this is my variegated rubber plant. It's the Ficus Belize Ruby. You can see it's kind of got like shades of red in it, which are quite nice. And then over here, back up to my hanging plants, I have my Black Pagoda lipstick plant. And yeah, I got this one last year and it's definitely one of my favorite hanging plants. I really love it. And yeah, it just looks really nice on a shelf, as you can see. And I know a lot of you guys are a fan of this one too. And then next to it, I also have my Philodendron Brazil that's hanging here. And I just absolutely love this one. It's one of my favourite hanging plants. It looks so nice hanging from the shelf with lovely variegation as well. I'd say this was possibly my favourite hanging plant of all time. I'm not sure, but yeah, I really do love it.